Hello everybody, welcome back to my channel. I'm Brad, the DC Universe Geek, and today we are going to be looking at the Batman vs. Superman 1/9 scale action figure 2-pack from FonJoy. The front of the box showcases some really fantastic artwork. I really like this. I think this is really good packaging design. And we got the top over here, and we got the side over this way, and we got the other side, says the exact same thing, Batman versus Superman. And then when we get to the back, we have a lot more going on. We got Supes and an image of everything that he comes with, and Batman and an image of everything he comes with, along with 2 posture pictures of each character. When we yoink them out of their box, here is what we get. A nice bubble holding everything all in place, so when you tip it upside down, everything doesn't fall out. Open sesame, and I'm just going to try to stand this up for you and hope it doesn't fall out. This is everything. When you remove the top piece of the bubble, displayed nicely, things are already falling out. There goes the grenade. At any rate, let me just get all this out, laid out in front of us nicely, and I'll be back in a second. Okay, and everything now being all out, we can see everything that we got on the inside of the package, and you'll notice right away that Batman definitely comes with more accessories than Superman does. Now, while Batman comes with his kryptonite spear, his grenade launcher, along with 2 kryptonite gas grenades, 1 open, 1 closed, his heavy-duty bat grapple, along with 5 more interchangeable hands on top of the ones that came on the body, those being fists, Superman comes with a much more humble amount of accessories, that being an extra head sculpt with heat vision eyes, 2 grabby hands, and 2 relaxed hands. Still, looking at all the stuff in front of us, I think that this is a reasonable amount of accessories to come in the package, along with the figures for the price point that we paid. Of which, now we're going to look at them both individually, starting with Batman. Having Batman here up on the spinner, we can see that this is a fantastic looking figure for starters. The paint deco looks pretty good all the way around. We can see that he comes with a fantastic cloth goods cape, which is always really, really nice. And we can see that this guy looks so far at first glance pretty much like he does in the movie Batman vs. Superman. So let's get him off of the spinner and look at him just a little bit closer in hand so we can get a better look at all of these fantastic details. So first of all, having him under these lights and in front of the camera, we can see all of those details that they sculpted in. We have some battle damage right here on the shoulder pauldron. On the chest, you'll notice some really fantastic detail where Superman grabs him by the chest. That scene in the movie is recreated right here on Batman's chest armor. I love the paint job on this guy. I love the fact I can see the texture of his bat suit below the armor plates. Looks really, really good. They've done a really fantastic job on that. I love the midriff area of this figure too. Again, lots and lots of detail there. His utility belt looks screen accurate to the movie. From the back, the suit looks equally fantastic. And I really, really love this spinal protection right here along his back. I think that this looks really good. I love the level of detail that they have put into this figure. I think it looks great. We have the gauntlets here with the detail in the spikes down there. And we can see that this one actually has some battle damage in it, where clearly Superman's grabbed him and bent the steel. Here is a nice close-up of Batman's helmet, his bat cowl helmet, after he's been in that scruff with Superman. But the face underneath actually, to me, looks like Ben Affleck under there. So yeah, I think that this looks pretty good. As for this Batman's cape, this is how much cape that you get, and they've sewn some pleats right here into the back of the cape, coming off the shoulder on both sides. It does have some of that Batman kind of scallops at the bottom, and this cape is wired too, and it's got a nice wire in it. I can put this cape up and it does its job. As for comparisons with this Batman, I wanted to first bring out 2 of my armored Batman figures. On the one side, we have the McFarlane version that is from the Dark Knight Returns comic book series. That's his interpretation of that bat armor. And then on the other side, we have McFarlane's interpretation of the Batman v Superman Ben Affleck Batman armor. Now, just now placing both of these two bat armors from the movie side by side, we can see that there are quite a few differences. They really have interpreted Batman's armor differently than each other to make each of their figures. And while I do overall like the Fonjoy version better, I will say I do appreciate this strap here going across Bruce's chest, and I actually appreciate this cape more. I like how this cape is all tattered and worn at the bottom as compared to the Fonjoy, which is pretty neat and tidy. And then I thought it would be fun to bring in a few more bat suits to compare to this one. And on the left, we have McFarlane's tactile bat suit from the Justice League movie. And then on the right, we have Fonjoy's regular bat suit from the Justice League movie. Now, when it comes to articulation, I have literally no idea exactly what to expect with this guy because I haven't put it through its paces yet. So I'm going to be finding out as you do. For starters, we have the torso, and it looks down a fair amount and looks up. How far can I get this to look up? Ooh, well, for one that's kind of ugly, looks up about that for the torso articulation. Oh, and it does go sideways, like a lot, like one heck of a lot. And then we have the waist, and the waist will do 360, I'm assuming. I'm going to really push it. Yeah, it will. It'll do 360. However, it's not easy because the belt gets in the way. I mean, a human being can't do 360 from the waist, so I'm not really that worried about it. The arms right here, the shoulders, the pauldrons are made out of rubber, and let's just see how well they do at getting out of the way because they're actually attached back here. They're attached at the back of the arm. So let's find out if we can get some reasonable articulation. Okay, so they will go up, but the shoulder pauldrons, well, they're looking kind of weird, kind of ugly, if I'm being honest. It would have made more sense to attach the shoulder pauldrons either up here or down here, but at the back, as far as I'm concerned, doesn't make a lot of sense. This is as close as we can get him to a T-pose. I mean, yes, his arms will go up further, but they don't want to stay up there because of the shoulder pauldrons. That's as high up as they go. These arms are attached with a ball joint, and they do have a little sockety-doo right here. So we're just going to pop it back on, and they will get 360 around in a circle that way. Are there bicep swivels? Yes, you can see there are bicep swivels, and they will do 360. He's got double jointed elbows, double hinged elbows, and that is what they get. That's not super great, to be honest. He's got a rounded hinge up here in the wrist, and it also pivots 360. The head sculpt actually can bobble around quite nicely. He can look down quite far, and up, well, not quite so much. There's a neck piece in here that you can see. It moves along with the head sculpt. Down here, what does he have? He has rounded ball joints in the groin that are also drop hinges. So they are going to make him a little bit more posable. Let's just back the camera off a little bit. See what he gets for legs. So that's him forward. That's him splayed out. That's him backwards. And with the ball joint, he does get some approximation of a thigh cut there, but it's not really a thigh cut. His double jointed knees basically act like a single joint, and his big clodhopper boots for his feet here don't really get that much. They will spin around, but they don't get much up and down. And as you can see, he doesn't have a lick of toe articulation whatsoever. So as you can see, this guy doesn't really have the best articulation. It's passable, but I'm sure that there are people out there that wish it was better, myself included. So now, with that out of the way, why don't we remove Batman and turn our attention to the Man of Steel? And having him up in the spinner, I can tell you just straight up, make my confession now, I bought this 2-pack because I wanted this figure. This is why I bought the 2-pack. I could do without the Armored Batman, but I really wanted Fawn Joy's take on this Henry Cavill Superman, because the images made this figure look so good, and having it in hand, I'm so far not disappointed in the slightest. To the contrary, I'm even more excited than I was in the first place. Like, so far, this guy looks really good between textures and color palette and sculpted detail. I think I'm in for a treat. First off, here's a nice close-up look at Superman's textured, stylized, unique to the Man of Steel universe S logo with the Kryptonian font going across the middle. Here's a look at the belt area with all of the designs on the figure up the side there. And you have his Kryptonian wrist cuffs there. And here's a look at the back of the suit with all of the Kryptonian design elements. Here's a close look at Superman's boots, looking pretty much movie accurate as far as I'm concerned. Here's a good view of Superman's cape that has been tucked into his suit in a very movie accurate kind of way, with it being pleated down the sides here. This looks really movie accurate. There is quite a bit of cape here for Superman. The only real drawback is that it's not a wired cape. And that is a bummer. I wish that this cape was wired. Here's a close-up view of Henry Cavill's head sculpt, and all things considered, I think that it looks pretty good. I don't know if I would say it looks exactly like Henry, but it's one of the closest that I've seen yet, especially from the side. They got the shape of his brow, they got the shape of his nose, and his chin, and his lips. Like, that does look pretty good to me. I don't really have any complaints, and it's painted nicely too. Just the same as the hair. The hair seems pretty movie accurate to me as well. As for comparisons with this Superman, the first thing I wanted to do was bring out the McFarlane Toys version of Henry Cavill Superman. I mean, McFarlane, all things considered, as far as looks go, didn't do a terrible job, but this figure definitely is a step ahead, for sure. But you decide. Here are their chest emblems side by side. Who do you think did it better? Fawn Joy on the left or McFarlane on the right? And here are their head sculpts side by side. And again, who do you think did it better? Was it Fawn Joy on the left or was it the McFarlane over there on the right? My next comparison, I thought it would be interesting to bring in a whole bunch of more Henry Cavill figures. We have the SH Figuarts, we have the Mafex, then we have the 1/12 Collective, and we have the Mattel. Then I thought it would be fun to bring in a Black Adam and a Shazam to compare him to, followed by a mix of Justice League characters. The Fawn Joy Aquaman with the McFarlane Wonder Woman, the Fawn Joy Batman, and then the McFarlane Flash. And then my next comparison will be between two David Corenswet Superman action figures. The left, we have the McFarlane, and on the right, we have another Fawn Joy figure. And the final comparison will actually be with Superman and Batman compared to the McFarlane Steppenwolf on the left and the Doomsday on the right. Now, as far as articulation goes for this guy, I have no idea. I haven't tested it yet, so let's find out together, shall we? So, the torso for this guy, that's actually, that's pretty good. Down quite a bit, and up. This is the important one for flying, for flight poses. How far up can we get this guy? Well, that's not great. Let's add the head in there. When you add the head, that's what we're looking at. And the head itself is actually fairly articulated. Down that much. Oh, that's freakish. And then up. Let's try again. This much. Yeah, I mean, that could be worse. So that is essentially a flight pose for Superman. I wish it was a little better. For the arms, that's as high up as they go as far as a T-pose. They do go all the way around. They do have a ball joint. They do have a socket. He's got a bicep swivel that clearly does 360, double jointed elbows, that squeeze up definitely better than Batman's did, but not as much as I would like to see. Wrists that are on a rounded hinge and do rounded hingey type stuff. Down here in the waist, oh, his trunks area is really soft, so right around 360, no problem. He has drop hinges down here and ball joints, just like Batman, with the legs going forward that much, back that much, and splayed out that much. Although not an actual thigh cut, they do give you some thigh cut type motion in there. You have double jointed knees that crunch up. I think these are definitely sufficient. Then down here for his ankles, he's got rounded ball joints in the ankles, and they're down that far, up that far. They pivot around, and he has some toe articulation in there as well. So now what do I think about this FonJoy Batman v Superman action figure 2-pack? I really like it, and I would say it's definitely worth the pickup. The Superman figure is fantastic. It's the best Superman figure that we've been given in this size and scale before, and will mix with your McFarlane figures just beautifully. For me, the Batman is an extra pack-in, and although I do wish he was more articulated, I think that he does a good job of just looking the way he does. And he's gonna look fantastic on my shelf in my Batman v Superman display. And I feel like for what we're getting, I feel like it's a fair price considering it's also an import. So yeah, those are my thoughts and opinions on the Batman v Superman action figure 2-pack from FonJoy. Hopefully you found this video to be an interesting, useful, and insightful piece of research in your decision to purchase this 2-pack. If you did, that's fantastic. I will see you all with the next one. Have yourself a DC day and take care.